Hello everyone, my name is Eleanor and I'd like to welcome you to this basic meditation and mindfulness class. I'd like to thank the Y for providing this time and giving me the opportunity to share some information and tips on either how to start a meditation practice, or if you already have one, maybe deepen it. But either way, whether you have never meditated before or is something you have dabbled in or do regularly, I really think this information can be helpful. What I'd like to accomplish in the next 20 or so minutes is to provide you with information and instruction on how to start meditating right away, like I said, on your own, and also to apply the benefits that meditation brings, which is mindfulness, into your daily lives. Now I want to keep it simple so that not only would you be able to meditate here today, but also maybe to try it on your own at home every day if possible. There's a few things I want to clear up about what meditation is and isn't. Meditation is not a quick fix to get rid of any pain or hardship that we have in our lives. We're human. All humans suffer at some level, and that's just part of this precious human life we've been given. So what meditation is and can be is a tool to help you get through those more challenging times, and also to appreciate maybe the better times that we experience. And it's just a matter of being more mindful. I think with practice, meditation can cultivate more mindful times in our lives, which is what I'm trying to say. It's basically so that we appreciate it. We can all relate to how fast time is going by, and this will just help it slow it down just a little bit, and I think that's a great benefit to most people, and that's partly too why I've decided to put this little class together. Another thing I want to talk about, what meditation, a misconception that people usually have, not always, but that to meditate you have to completely get rid of all thought and to just sit with this quiet, perfect, zoned out mind, and that's not true. So I just want to lay that out on the table right away. Because if you feel that way, then you're definitely going to be set up for disappointment, and it also will discourage you from meditating. But what meditation is, or the real goal or purpose of meditation, is to notice that you're thinking. And then as best as you can, let go of that thought without fueling it or adding to it or spinning it, or whatever we do with our thoughts. Because really, most of the time, we don't even know that we're lost in thought. So we just go through our lives thinking that's what life is, and not noticing, good or bad things, But today we're going to do a very basic, it's probably the most common meditation. It's a breathing meditation. And I'm just going to go over the basics of it, and then we are going to meditate together for 5 minutes. So I'll just go over the basic information. First of all, comfort. You want to be comfortable. Another misconception about meditation is that you have to sit cross-legged on a floor in a very uncomfortable position, and that's not true. I highly recommend sitting in a chair. You want to be comfortable. I am sitting on the ground. I'm on a bolster. I've been sitting like this, meditating off and on for years and years and years, so it's comfortable for me. I'm comfortable. But there are times when I might wake up and just have something going on, and I'll sit in a chair. So really, the number one rule is to get comfortable. That's really important. If you're in a chair, it's best to have your feet flat. You can support your back with the back of the chair as long as you're not slouching back. You want to be alert. And have kind of an upright spine. I want to discourage laying down, at least for what we're doing today. There are definitely benefits for laying down if you're doing like a sleep-guided meditation, things like that. But basically laying down kind of signals to the body that you're going to sleep. And we do, like I said, meditation is being alert, it's being mindful, it's being aware. And so we don't want to just kind of zone out and get kind of sleepy. So, but we do want to be comfortable. Eyes are generally closed. That's what I would recommend. However, if you have a strong aversion for whatever reason, they can be slightly open, and then the gaze should be forward and down. That eyes closed usually helps the best with distractions. Hands are generally in your lap. You can put your palms down on your thighs, or you can have your palms up, or you can place one hand in the other. Whatever feels comfortable. Again, same rule. Your spine is lifted, your jaw is relaxed, your face is relaxed. You want to maybe just gently rest your tongue on the back side of your teeth. Seems to usually work. And then we're going to focus on what we're going to call the anchor, which is going to be your breath. So that's your anchor. It's the inhale and exhale that we do all day long. The difference is you're going to be aware of your breath. So that's going to be the anchor. And it's also, while you inhale and exhale, I want you to notice where you feel the inhalation and exhalation most prevalently. And then we'll focus on that. Like if it's the air going in and out through your nostrils, some people feel that more prominently. Some feel the rise and lowering of their chest. Some fill the belly and flatten the belly with the air. So you want to choose as you're breathing what is the most prominent for you, and then just stick with that. So that'll be your anchor, your in and out breath and the sensation. Okay, so we're sitting comfortably. We have our anchor, and the next second in our meditation you'll have a thought. It's just it's guaranteed. We're human. We're hardwired to think. So we're not going to get rid of thoughts, but the difference is that you're going to at some point hopefully notice that you're thinking, and then you're going to let that thought go. And what I mean by that is just not add to it or fuel it, or as best you can. Sometimes it's a little harder than other times. There are some thoughts that are just like, got us, really, but you're going to notice it and you're going to let it go. And then you're going to return to your anchor. Now, you might also hear a noise in your house, or you might even hear one in my house during the meditation. You know, maybe a dog barking or a car horn or something like that. That's treated as a thought because it is a thought. You notice it, and then you let it go as best you can without, like, why is the dog barking, or whose car is that? You know, unless it's an emergency, you're going to let that thought or noise go. And it's okay. Distractions are actually good practice, because they don't usually have a lot of emotional attachment, and we can let them go. So don't think you have to have it perfectly quiet. So we're going to just repeat that, which is your anchor, which is the in and out breath and the sensation in your body that you notice the most. Then you're going to have a thought. Then you're going to notice the thinking, and then you're going to let that thought go as best as you can, and then you'll return to the anchor. So that's the cycle of the meditation, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, one final thing I want to mention before we start is that this whole process you want to try to do with as much loving kindness to yourself as you can. The reason I say that is because we tend to be hard on ourselves and get frustrated that, oh, I can't believe I'm thinking again, or oh, I can't believe it's that thought again. And we want to notice, but we want to try to do it with as much patience and kindness as we can. Think of it as if you're with a little toddler that just learned how to walk, and they keep trying to walk out to the street, and you're grabbing their hand and then bringing them back. That's kind of how you want to try, to do it. All right, so that's it. We're going to start meditating. So I'm going to kind of settle you into the meditation and kind of review the instructions that I just kind of went over. And then what I'll do is once I stop talking, I'm going to start my timer, and the timer will signify the beginning with a bell. And then, and because we are doing a quiet 5 minutes, 5 minutes can be long when it's quiet like that. So I put another bell, the same bell, at 2.5 minutes. And that bell will just be to kind of let you know where the 5 minutes, where we are at in the 5 minutes, and also perhaps maybe you'll be lost in thought. It'll help bring you back. And then another 2.5 minutes will go by, and then the end of the meditation will be signified with a gong. And then you can just kind of take your time and just wiggle a little and just slowly come out of it. All right, so let's get started. So first thing is to get comfortable. So have a seat in your chair, on the ground, whatever position you've decided is best for you. And we'll go ahead and close our eyes. If you do want to keep them slightly open, just lower your gaze in front of you and just kind of keep it there. And together, let's just take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Kind of let it all go. And then now we're going to relax our face and our jaw. Go ahead and check your body and notice if there's any tension, you want to release it. Now we're going to let the breath do what it wants to do. We're not going to control the breathing. We're just going to let it do whatever feels best for it. Breathing in and out of our nose. If you need to breathe through your mouth, that's fine as well. And then feel your body connect with either the ground or your chair. Maybe notice your feet or your hands. And like I said, just settle the breath. Feel the breath as it enters and leaves your body. Focus on the sensation you've chosen that most resonates with you, whether it's in your nostrils or your chest or your belly. And then when you notice that you're thinking, I want you to let that thought go as best you can. Remember to be patient with yourself, but also acknowledge if you are frustrated, bored, tired, or anxious. It's all part of the practice, and it's all meditating. Well, I hope that was enjoyable for everyone. But even if it wasn't quite what you expected, or maybe not as relaxing as you had thought or hoped, I want to remind you that the goal or the purpose of meditation, the reason that I meditate, or one of the reasons, is that it helps us to notice in life, in our daily life, when we're lost in thought. We're lost in thought when we maybe should be focusing on something, or even if we're having a conversation with someone, or we have some anger or sadness and it just overwhelms us, but we notice it, and then we don't take that anger to the next level, which might make it worse, or we at the very least we come back to the present moment. And if we do that enough times, that can really bring some peace in our lives, I really think, and help you with practice. This awareness can help you to have more mindful times, more times that we're not missing our lives, the good stuff, even the bad stuff. So I just think it's really helpful. Anyways, I do hope you try it for yourselves at home. You just have to find a comfortable spot and just set a timer and do it. There are some great free apps that you can get. So many, it's a little overwhelming. The app that I used today, which with the timer, is one of my favorites. It's a really good app, and it is free, and it's called Insight Timer, INSIGHT Timer. And they also have a lot of so you can make the timer be whatever sounds you want. You can even add some ambient sound if you want. They also have a lot of guided meditations that are really a great way if you're just getting started. I love guided meditations, but I also highly encourage you to try these more like quiet, like just you meditations, because they really help with really attuning to how much you're thinking. But either way, whatever gets you going is really great. There's also another, there's Headspace, there's Calm. So there's a lot of apps that are free, and then if you want more, they charge you. But I just really think, just go with the free stuff. There's so many out there. Just get started. Don't make it complicated and all that. So if you have any questions, or you would like to share your experience with me, I would love to hear from you. I would love you to email me, and I'm going to give you that email address in a minute. I'm going to be back next week with our second class with more tips and information. We're going to meditate again, and I would love to answer some of the questions, maybe if you send me, or anonymously share some experiences, because that really is helpful to hear what other people feel and what's going on, and because there is so many things, so many ways that it can be experienced. So my email is meditatewitheleanor. It's all lowercase, and my name is spelled ELEANOR. So meditatewitheleanor@gmail.com. And I really hope to hear from you. I'd love to get some feedback, the why we want to start having a regular meditation class. So I'd love to get some feedback, and I really hope you send some emails to me. I've really enjoyed my time with you, and I hope you all have a wonderful week, and remember to stay strong.